Well, today is my 23rd wedding anniversary, and I did a craft. I took my old greeting cards from my wedding and sewed them together to make a book. There's 4 signatures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the opening. And basically it's just some proofs that I've had sitting in a box for a while along with the greeting cards. So I thought I would include old photographs of my wedding and go from there. This is a basket that I used to have in my collection as a single gal. Liked it. It's the theme of grapevine, and we did John 15, Abide in Me, and so, be one with the vine. And of course, there's my cat. Gonna enjoy the video with us. And so there's the first photograph. My husband's parents. And this card is from them. And it's their greeting. So I tried to pair some of the cards with the people who gave them to me. Let's see here. And there's my parents. And this is just some ephemera that comes out there. Kind of nice fall paper. It was a fall wedding. I liked our candelabras. It's pheasant feathers, grapevine, and fall leaves, and grapes cascading down from the center. More cards from Steve's parents. It's our friends Jeff and Linda Kreider. They've known me since my early college days. We had a food buffet of international food. We had food from Africa, and my African friends made chapati bread and some African stew. And we had miniature food from, heart-shaped quesadillas for South America. It's a picture of my friends from my church in college, Living Hope Church. This was my Bible bearer. He's probably in his 20s now. Well, of course he would be. Maybe in his 30s. There's me showing off my ring. I like how Steve holds my hand. He's a good husband. Prayed a lot for him. So I'll come this direction here. It's a fun picture of my bouquet. Going back to talking about the food buffet, we also had cheese and sausage from Europe, miniature hot dogs for America. I like that picture. It's our engagement photo. My in-laws had friends that were really, really super important to us. They helped us to help Stephen to make sure that I was the one for him. So without my mother-in-law's friends, I would not have been married to Stephen Parker, who's an amazing man. And there's some more of them. Just open up that card. This is my stylist for my wedding, Jacqueline, and her husband, and her card. There's my cat meowing in the background. There's my sister and my other bridesmaids, Tanya, and my nieces. Krista was very proud of herself for decorating. She was always a good decorator. Started off being a little florist in high school. There's our wedding cake. Since it was fall, we had fall leaves, pheasant feathers, wheat as part of the decor, along with grapes. There was a colorized black and white picture in my collection. There's a group photo of everybody. And my first steps with Steve and his husband and wife. I always like how this one produces shadows on the next page. Isn't that cool? I don't know if they make cards. Well, I guess they make cards like this. Pretty creative cards back in the 90s, late 90s. So I have some blank pages I can fill in. My friend Benita, her life shadows mine a lot, and she was helpful to put my bustle up on my wedding gown before going into my reception. There's her card. Someone gave us a card that matched some of the napkins we had at our reception that had the Renoir painting on them. There's some friends from the Russian church that I used to attend. I was planning on going to Ukraine at some point as a nurse, but that plan changed. And here's some other church members from my church back in Minneapolis back in the late 1990s. There's a card from my other sister, Joy. My mom was always, had a good gift for hospitality, and the linens that she chose to decorate with, and the gardenias. I had 2 gardenias in my wedding bouquet, one for each mom. And I had a friend of mine named Gaston Shamika, and I gave a wedding gown to his wife before I had gotten married. I was going to get married back in the 1996, somewhere around there, but did not. And so he had an arranged marriage, brought his bride from Africa, and they needed a gown, so I gave it to them. So it was a blessing. And these are the friends that made the chapati bread, and I think it's Gascon's daughter. This card comes up and down, so she's touching the shoes from Holland, looking at the globe. Those are my African friends. And an engagement card from my grandmother. All these people have passed on. They're no longer with us in this lifetime. This is when my dad walked me down the aisle. And then that was that note from my sister. And that's it. So the 2 ends will be tied together. I think this card is really pretty. So signatures put together to make a book.